So I'm on my way to go teach a lesson right now, and then I got a new PEMF client that I guess he's here working on the pipeline, so I'm going to do that afterwards. But I just got that sweet little text I've been waiting on saying that I for sure qualified for the WCRA Corpus Christi main event, or big event. There's 3 events that they have all year. I think they said that there will be 4 this year. Corpus Christi, Days of 47 in Utah, the Women's World Finals, and I'm not really sure about what the other one is. I think we're waiting for that to be announced, but I made it. I have been nominating since November. It is April, so it has been half a year, and it's been a long half a year. But every single one of the horses in the barn, even Sister, got some points to get us there. And then, of course, Spencer will get the call. I feel like anytime I've really needed the points, like Spencer's who I ask to he's like my big gun right now until Moves gets better. And so he's going. And I feel really comfortable on him. I've had him the longest. I finished him. I put a lot of time into him. I've hauled him all over the place. So even though he's not a rodeo horse per se, and he hates loud noises, the performances are going to be a little bit different for him. I'm hoping that they won't scare him and that he'll feed off the energy. I'm all about performances, and I like big pressure situations. That's why I think I like the Ruby Buckle races so much, and anything that I have to put a big entry fee down on, I feel really good about. That's just kind of who I am. So I'm hoping that he won't safety up under the pressure, but I am going to do some things to help him. I really thought about getting him in a small pen under a performance setting and seeing how he did, but then I kind of talked myself out of it, just for the fact that I don't really have enough time to season him to rodeos, small pen rodeos, in 3 weeks. I don't. So for me, mentally, what I have going for me is I'm not afraid of performances. I'm not afraid of big crowds. I like the noise. I kind of feed off that energy. But if I make a bad run at, say, North Side before I get there trying to season my horse, then my mental state is going to be compromised. And so I kind of think the best thing I can do is run him in there like it's any other run. I tell people all the time, don't pressure up. It's just 3 barrels in an arena on dirt, make the same run you make every single time. Of course, you may set up a little bit different, but the barrels aren't going to run from you when you get in there, So my plan is just to make my run and to use my confidence that I have going in there. Spencer and I have been making some really, really good runs. So I think the worst thing that I could do is compromise my mental confidence and take him somewhere and it not go our way, and then run in there with the same thought that, whatever happened could happen. I guess the same could be said for, what if you take him to Northside and he smokes a run out, and then you have that much more confidence in your horse, and your horse does too. For me, I really, really think that I kind of know the answer. I kind of know that he struggles in tiny arenas. I kind of know that he struggles with loud noises. So I'm going to make some adjustments that I can make without jeopardizing my mental state, which would be maybe switching earplugs. I have the really expensive bougie, classic equine ones, but I think they pull his ear hair. They look like little golf balls, and they're a little bit sticky, but I think they pull his hair, and I think that that's why he's so belligerent about them. So I found some really soft, they're like sheepskin, or not sheepskin, but I don't know. They're really soft. I don't know what they're made out of. And they're fluffy, and they have a little cord on them. And anyways, I think Cashel makes them, so I'm gonna buy some of those. We'll maybe just ride around in the house with him, see how he does, but they will buffer the noise a little bit. And then as far as you know, his anxiety goes, I'm gonna let him have it. I mean, I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, and a lot of people would go to the Guanabens or chlorpromazine, or maybe even something softer like the CBD. I think I'm gonna let him have it, unless it's just way out of hand and he's like, you know, a complete idiot after the first progressive round, which they take the top 24. It's not a performance, but I've watched it online and it's not quiet, you know. So if he handles that, then I feel like he will handle the crowd okay. He has matured quite a bit. He's 12 or 13 this year, so I'm not going to treat him like a baby. We're going to run in there and just go as fast as we can and let the chips fall where they may. This is not going to be a cakewalk. Like, this is definitely going to be a knife fight no matter who you are. I've seen the list of girls that qualified, and I don't think any of them are pukes, and none of them ride pukes. So, you know, at this point, you just run in there and you make the best run you can make and let the chips fall where they may, and just be proud that you qualified. That's kind of where we're at. But I was scared to death to run him in a performance, and I am going to have to, I'm sure that's going to creep up on me again, because the devil does things like that. He creeps up on you, puts that little monkey on your back that tells you why you're not good enough. But, you know, when I looked at that list, I realized we all fought our butts off to get there, and so every single one of them and us as a whole, like, we all deserve to be there. So we're just all gonna show up and do our best, and some of us are sitting on more experienced rodeo horses than others, but you know, we all got there, and at the end of the day, it's just a horse race, you know. So I'm not gonna let that monkey creep up on me. I was having a full-blown panic attack about a week ago when I realized how good I was sitting in the standings, and then I thought, you know what? You're not even afraid of their performance. You're afraid of Spencer in the performance. And I went and made 2 pretty high-pressure runs on him since then, and I realized that I'm sitting on one of the most solid horses that I've ever gotten to sit on. I grew up having to train horses, and if people made me an offer on them, I had to sell them out of pure being brokenness, you know, and I don't have to sell them anymore. I can keep them and have fun, but Spencer's the one that I've kept the longest. I know him really well, and he knows me, and I think we've kind of become a team, and I've definitely done my due diligence as far as keeping him sound and mentally healthy, and I think he trusts me. So I'm going to capitalize on that, and I'm going to trust that, and know that I'm not running colts anymore. You know, when I first pro rodeoed, it was about 8 years ago. I probably still owe tour fines, to be honest with you, because when I went through my divorce, I had to turn out of some tour rodeos. But I was always seasoning colts off the racetrack, and I never had anything solid that I was getting to run. And a lot of those colts did well. You know, they would do well. They'd run in the top, you know, 10 or 15, and they were usually just right out of the money. They did well. But then someone would make me an offer, and I'd have to start all over. But I never got to just run something solid. And I think that after a while, like, mentally, like, that'll get to you a little bit. You get good at losing, you know, and you just know when you run in there, you're donating all for the sake of seasoning sake, you know, and whoever gets this horse next will thank you for the fact that they've been there and done that, but you had to be the one who looked like an idiot for a whole year and lost for a whole year so that they could look good later. I think that that's definitely played a toll on me mentally, And it's going to be something I'm going to have to get over. I am going to go ahead and buy my permit again, probably at the end of the year, and go to a couple pro rodeos. And I just think at this point, like, I deserve it. I've come a long way from training and selling for money. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but now if I don't want to sell, I don't have to. My bills are going to be paid either way. So if I want to keep one and go experience what it's like to, like, run in an arena on a horse that's going to turn the first barrel no matter what, that handles ground, that I can trust, you know, that's going to go in there and make the same run with me, and that we really know each other, like, I think I'm going to do that. I can do that now. I don't have to sell them. I get offers on Spencer and the Gray Horse all the time. Hadn't taken one yet. So I think that I'm just going to, like, I'm going to have to just trust my training and my seasoning and the relationship that I have built with this horse. And, you know, when the monkey creeps up on my back and Satan's trying to get in my ear telling me why I'm not good enough, I'm just gonna look at the standings and go, no, I was. See, I wasn't even on the bubble. I qualified, and I didn't even have to go to the last two, and I probably still would have qualified. So I deserve it as much as anybody else. And I'm just gonna keep that list in front of me so that when the mental starts getting a little shaky, I just look at it and go, no, I got here like everybody else. So, it's like I said, the barrels aren't going to run away from me when I get in there. They're going to be in there. That first barrel is going to be where it is every time. It might be a little smaller pattern. They might yell a little louder. It's not going to change my game plan, which is to go make the same run I've made a million times. Just 3 barrels on dirt in a different arena. And I have thrown Spencer all over the country this year and last year in different arenas. I have driven 8 hours to compete against somebody in their backyard to see if I'm competitive. No exhibitions, straight out of the trailer, 8-hour drive, no painkillers. Let's just freaking go at it. And he's run right there with him within half a second. So I am not going to, in any way, shape, or form, allow the devil to get in my ear and tell me that this is any different. It's not. It's just for a lot more money. And, you know, like, at this point, my bills are paid either way. So the money really isn't even pressure. I'm not trying to pay my way down the road. My mortgage is going to get paid. If I can't pay it, my husband pays it. I don't think I've ever had to pay the mortgage. I think my husband has paid it every single time, you know. I'm responsible for my hauling and my vet and my trailer payment. And you know what? I don't have a problem making those, but when I do, my husband's got my back. So the amount of money I'm running at, or that I put up, it's the Satan isn't able to use that against me anymore. He's not able to use that as a pressure point anymore, because I'm going to eat no matter what. My horses are going to eat no matter what. My kids are going to eat no matter what. I'm going to run again no matter what. You know what I mean? So I'm freaking psyched. I'm feeling confident. I know that that's going to go up and down in the next 3 weeks. I've got a list in front of me of why I deserve to be there as much as anybody else. And I might be taking a horse that's less seasoned than anyone else's as far as rodeos go, but he has shown me in the last year or so that he doesn't really care what situation I put him in, that he's going to go in there and try to win the whole freaking thing. And I appreciate that. Whether or not he's capable or not, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He has been through injury after injury and surgery and hardship, and he's a little older now. He has no idea that he might not be as fit or as healthy as that 6 or 7 year old he's running against. All he knows is he and I have been smoking runs out over and over and over, and he feels as good as he has ever felt in his entire life. I can promise you that. So that's going to go a long way, and I'll kind of keep you guys updated on my mental game between now and then, because I know it's going to be like a roller coaster, but this is where I'm at right now.